We all consider tangerines to be useful, but is everything so simple? We will learn about the harm that tangerines can cause to the body, and to whom they are contraindicated, in today's issue. Mandarin belongs to the largest and most diverse group of citrus fruits. Its homeland is the northeast of India. Fruits vary in size and sweetness, some may contain many seeds, others may be without them. An adult mandarin tree has a wide crown and can exceed 7 meters in height. These are prickly evergreens with thin branches and fragrant white flowers. During the first 5 years, the tree practically does not produce a crop, and reaches the peak of fruiting at about the 12th year. Mandarins are often crossed with many citruses, producing interesting hybrids, and today there are about 450 different varieties of mandarins that differ in taste and size. Benefit and application. Before we move on to the benefits and applications, I would like to ask you to help get 5,000 subscribers on my channel. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to receive all new videos. Welcome again. Tangerines contain acids, vitamins A, D, K and others, as well as minerals, potassium, magnesium, iron, phosphorus, sodium and calcium. Tangerines contain phytoncides, natural antiseptics. The peel contains 1 to 2% essential oil, as well as pigments such as quarantine. In winter, this citrus makes up for the lack of vitamins, and also strengthens the immune system due to a high dose of ascorbic acid. Adding zest to hot drinks helps loosen phlegm and relieve coughs. Like other citrus fruits, this fruit has an antipyretic effect and speeds up the treatment of colds. For the preparation of remedies in the field of traditional medicine, mandarin peels and leaves are used. In case of colds. For the treatment of colds, steam baths from tangerine peel will be effective. It contains the important flavonoid aspiridin, which protects the body from viruses, inflammation and has anti-allergic properties. For inhalation, you will need to prepare a container with a narrow neck. You need to pour a handful of ground, pre-dried crusts into it, and then pour boiling water. After that, you need to bend over the steam and breathe actively for 10 to 12 minutes. Inhalation should be taken alternately with the left and right nostrils. It is important to remember that after taking a steam bath, one should refrain from being in the cold for at least 1 hour. With the flu. Prepare 20 fresh tangerine leaves and chop in any way. Pour this slurry with 3 glasses of high-quality vodka or medicinal alcohol diluted with purified water. After that, the container must be tightly closed and removed for 2 weeks in a dark place so that the composition is infused. Then strain the tincture through gauze and take 30 to 40 drops, diluted with water after meals 3 times a day. When coughing. Recipe number 1. To get rid of respiratory ailments, you need to regularly take a decoction of fresh, finely chopped tangerine skins. To prepare it, you need to pour 2 tablespoons of 1½ glasses of boiling water, then simmer over low heat for about 10 minutes. After removing the container from the heat, leave it under the lid for infusion, and after 1 hour, the composition will need to be filtered through cheesecloth. The finished drink should be taken 4 times a day, 2 tablespoons 20 minutes before the next meal. Recipe number 2. When a cough appears, to improve sputum discharge, you need to take 20 grams of ground peel, pour it into a jar and add 1 glass of high-quality vodka there. After that, the container should be placed for 7 days in a dark place for infusion, then strain the composition through gauze. The finished product should be taken about 20 drops 3 times a day before meals. Recipe number 2. Take a mug of boiling water, add 20 grams of dry and crushed tangerine skin, place the container on a small fire for no more than 7 minutes. After this, the remedy must be infused for about 60 minutes and filtered through cheesecloth. Ready warm broth should be drunk 3 times during the day 30 minutes before meals. With inflammatory or infectious diseases of the oral cavity. To prepare an infusion for rinsing your mouth, you need to take 10 tangerine leaves, finely chop them and pour 2 glasses of freshly boiled water. Close the container tightly and let the liquid brew for 2 hours. The finished infusion should be filtered with gauze and taken in 1/3 of a glass after eating with diarrhea. For the normalization of digestion, dried tangerine peels need to be poured with boiling water or simply added to black tea. Such a drink will disinfect the gastrointestinal tract, improving the functioning of the digestive system. Those who want to lose weight should drink tangerine brew after the main meal, using it instead of dessert. With mastitis, inflammation of the mammary gland is caused by the development of pathogenic flora, mainly staphylococci. The peel of tangerines successfully fights the growth of staphylococci, and therefore a decoction of the peel of tangerines can be used as a safe remedy for the treatment of postpartum mastitis. To prepare the infusion, you need to take 50 grams of dried chopped mandarin peel and 10 grams of licorice root, mix the ingredients and pour 2 cups of boiling water. After that, boil the composition again, remove from heat, cover and let it brew for 1 hour. Then the broth should be filtered and taken twice a day, 1 glass. In addition, with such a decoction it is useful to make lotions to hardened areas on the chest. From mycosis. If a fungal infection has already begun to develop, an alcohol or oil infusion of tangerine peel should be prepared. In this case, it is best to combine it with grains of the same citrus. The vodka infusion will be ready in 10 days. To prepare it, you need to prepare the peels of several tangerines, grind it and pour it with high-quality vodka or alcohol diluted with purified water. The finished product should be taken orally 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. In addition to eliminating the fungus, such a remedy will clean the blood vessels and help those people who seek to cure stomatitis. In the case of vegetable oil, both olive and simple sunflower are suitable. It will take a whole month to prepare it. This tincture is not drunk, it should be used for external lotions in areas of mycosis infection. You should not expect an instant result from this remedy. A persistent fungus will have to be expelled for at least 3 to 4 weeks. From insomnia. The essential oils that make up the tangerine peel heal the nervous system, help with neurasthenia, and relieve insomnia. It is very useful for insomnia, nervous tension, frequent palpitations to take baths with infusion of tangerine peel. To prepare the infusion, you need to pour 1 glass of fresh crushed mandarin peel with 3 liters of boiling water. Then place the container on a slow fire and bring to a boil again. Then turn off the heat and insist the composition for about an hour under the lid. Strain the finished infusion through cheesecloth, squeeze out the peel and pour it into the bath. The bath should be taken an hour before bedtime every other day. The water temperature should be 98 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. From warts. To remove warts, you need an acidic variety of tangerines. You need to take a small tangerine and, together with the peel and seeds, pour it with vinegar in a small mug, then mash it to a pulp. The resulting mass should be covered with warts and left for 15 to 20 minutes. As a rule, warts disappear after several such procedures. Relaxing baths. For the treatment of neuralgia, insomnia, relief of migraine attacks and toning the body, it is recommended to bathe with a decoction of citrus peel. For one procedure, you will need a peel removed from 3 fruits. The peel must be crushed, then placed in an enameled container and steamed with a liter of boiling water. After that, the composition must be allowed to brew under the lid and added to the bath. Vitamin drink. To prepare a vitamin drink, you need to combine the lemon peel or tangerine zest left after squeezing the juice with banana slices, a handful of ground flax seeds and a couple of celery stalks in a blender bowl. A glass of filtered water is added to the ingredients, after which everything is actively rubbed for about 2 minutes. It turns out satisfying, nutritious, energizes and gives strength. Harm and contraindications. Despite the fact that Mandarin has a huge amount of useful properties, it is worth remembering the negative aspect. Tangerines are citrus, so they often cause allergies. Therefore, you should not overeat them and give them to children under 2 to 3 years old. Ascorbic acid of tangerines can irritate the gastric mucosa, so they should not be used for peptic ulcer, enteritis, high acidity, and during exacerbation of inflammatory diseases of the stomach and intestines. For the same reason, fruit should not be eaten on an empty stomach. In addition, tangerines can harm people with diabetes, as their pulp contains a large amount of sugar. They should use this fruit with caution or completely remove it from the diet. And because of the abundance of fiber, tangerines can cause bloating and flatulence. In addition, tangerines should be excluded from the diet of people who suffer from hepatitis, cholecystitis, and nephritis. The composition contains a large amount of vitamin A and carotene, which can accumulate in liver cells. If the organ is weakened by the disease, then this will lead to its damage. This ends the video. On the channel you can find many interesting videos about the benefits and harms of vegetables and fruits, as well as about diseases and how to treat them. So please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. I will also be grateful if you like and share the video with family and friends. With you was the channel Organica. See you again.